There's a fire living deep inside you, a sacred everlasting light. Every heartbeat is a new beginning. Every breath can heal the pain. Love is flowing through the universe like sunlight after rain. Rise above the fear. Let your spirit open wide. There is power in your soul. You were born to shine.
We're having a little technical issue.
Every breath can heal the
I think it's our internet.
Love is flowing.
However, welcome everyone. I'm Tia Nat, and I'm going to go ahead and this song is absolutely beautiful. It's a wonderful gift that Michael received from Chandra Bonnie. And what I'm going to do is I will just move our screens around a little so that you can see us a little bit more clearly. There you go. And Michael is here with a very powerful message. For those of you who are new, I'll just give you a quick intro. Dr. Michael Gross is a professional keynote speaker, energy transformational coach, entrepreneur, and the author of the Spiritual Primer, applying God's 12 transformational laws to reawaken your soul by reconnecting to God, the true source, and to experience your true source's love, joy, and happiness. I am thrilled every Thursday when we come together. We hear such beautiful messages from Michael, and his topic today is our body's signposts. I'm going to go ahead and put his contact information in the comments so that you can all contact him later. And I will be just mute myself out, Michael, and I'm going to let you just take it away. Welcome to the call, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. What a beautiful day. And, in the state of Washington, where I'm located, we sent a little healing. They're suffering from forest fires, and they said they've had 12,000 of them, if I heard right, many ones, and some are under control. And I know there's some going on in Oregon and some in Idaho and maybe where you live. So in your meditation, ask for protection and love and healing. Thank you so much for joining me. And many times, as Steve will tell you, I never know what I'm going to talk about. However, Tia has come up with a brilliant new idea to try to alert you what I'll be talking about. So she kind of forces me to have a quick conversation with the true source, which I do. It's, what do I talk about tonight? And then I'm told, and I don't have the details. Which, after all these years, everyone, I'm used to it, so I don't worry about it. That's why sometimes I'll say something, I'll change the word or the subject, because this is unrehearsed. But it comes from my heart and from the true source. So thank you for joining us. So I thought there's so much going on, there's so much shifting going on. I want to talk just briefly about the shifting. I mentioned it before. But we're going through another vibration and frequency and energy. And going through another vibration and frequency and energy, our body has to adjust to it. So it's kind of like, well, how does that affect me? Well, you ever go to a party and kind of happy and you're joyous and everybody's kind of down and depressed, and you get down and depressed because you're picking up their energy. Or you go to a party, sometimes I go because I have to. They said, don't disappoint me, and I'm tired, and everybody's jumping around. I go, okay, I'm up. And I get up. Again, I'm energized. And the reason I'm bringing up all that, there's a major shift going on. We're going through the photon belt. Just a brief explanation. As you know, the Earth spins, the solar system spins, and the solar system gradually takes an elliptical course through the universe. And obviously, where there's other planets and other different types of energies going on, it affects us. This particular one doesn't happen very often. I don't know the time frame, but I think it's in the thousands of years, but don't quote me. And it could be a little less, but it's been many, many, many years. And as we're going through this, because we're changing and there's a shift going on, and Mother Earth is going through a healing, and then the healing is she's going through a rebirth. And if we bother to think about this, is that some of the telltale signs, you may get a ringing in your ear once in a blue moon. You may not even notice it. You'll mix up words. I'm good for that one. You may forget things in the middle of a sentence, and you go, well, I guess I'm getting older. No, it has nothing to do with that. I talk to teenagers like, I can't remember what I know what I want to say. I can't remember the words. So those are some of the detail signs. Also, you get a little lightheaded, okay? And you may become a little trip. And the other complaint I hear for most of the time, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. So those are the signs a major shift is coming. And look at it as a positive, wonderful thing that has happened. Really, what can you do? Try to get a little bit more rest. But I will tell you, the average bear has been awakened sometime between 2:30 and 5 o'clock in the morning, usually between 3 and 4. And that's because you're doing out of the body work. In other words, you're doing something really important with your soul. And then, of course, you wake up and you may go back to sleep or not. But this is normal. And I had a client said no, she argued with me and she took sleeping pills. Still woke up at 3 and 4 in the morning. And I kind of chuckled. I go, okay, do whatever you want, but this is what's happening. Well, I thought I'd bring all these things up because the subject is talking about this, our bodies. And if you look at our bodies are like a signpost, or they're like a message, if you will, or they can be another thing. They could be something that gives you warning. And I kind of look at this as a warning. And therefore, if you're tired, it means you're doing a lot of work and your body's shifting. It's like, okay, you're sitting there. Okay, we're going to run. We're going to run a half a mile at full speed. And you get up and you start running. You out of breath, and you get tired. You get home. Your tush is dragging. You just want to lay down and move, and take a nap, or don't move at all, or whatever. And that's part of what's happening. That's just an example. But there's another signpost, and there's another signpost in your body. And let us say that you have a pain in your back all of a sudden. And it's telling you, well, what is it really telling you? You're carrying something emotional. Well, what am I carrying emotional? Probably a fear or a doubt, or you're worried about finances. So it's weighting you down. Or perhaps you have trouble with your hip or your knees. Knees, you're not going in the direction you're supposed to go. Your body's saying, hey, 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 you got to take a different direction. But you're going to fight there and argue. You own the doctor, you get a shot, you get this, still got the same problem. Right? So these are the signposts from your body, which is working for your soul and saying, time to change. It's really important. Then we get other signposts, and I'll address it another time. But I was talking to a client, and this person wanted to work with this company. It looks like they've turned them down, and there's nothing works for me. I'm angry. I'm upset. Rah, rah, rah. And I told her, when you do this, when you're manifesting it, we're going to manifest if it's not the perfect position for you, then you won't get it. But something better will come along. Well, when will it come along? At the perfect time. I'd like to tell you tomorrow morning, but at the perfect time, so there's something you're supposed to learn. And just a quick, I may have mentioned this before, but there was a man named Harold Land. He was I read it, I think it was Harvard University. He was talking about reflecting lights and things like that, and how you put pictures of reflect lights on paper or glass. And they made fun of him. He said, okay. And he gave it up, and he got a regular job and got married. And his 5 or 6 year old daughter said, Dad, wouldn't it be great if you could take a picture of somebody and you get it right away? Harold Land, the Land camera, Polaroid Land camera. And it took a number of years for it to happen. So if we look at those things, and then there are opportunities. I was reading back in the 50s, a man with Kodak had this huge box, And he was able to take a picture with a huge box with a camera that would come up on a little TV screen. Kodak said, put it away. We're in business of selling only cameras and we're in film. That's it. Well, we know Kodak. Where are they? Where are they? They're gone. Polaroid. Where are they? They're gone. We get messages. We get messages with our bodies, and we have to listen. What is my body telling me? And perhaps, you might have indigestion. And what is your body telling you? Well, maybe you're overeating, you're eating the wrong foods. But really, what is happening is that you are upset or you're carrying an emotional load, I should say. I want to talk about the three key areas. And this is a figure of speech. Your gastrointestinal system, they call it the gut. That's the first brain. Your body reacts to it. And the second one is the heart chakra. It's an energy. And the third one is the physical brain. One works with the other, which works with the other. So, for example, if we talk about your gastrointestinal system, you have heartburn, or you internalize a lot of information in your stomach, why do you come down with, different kinds of problems? One of them being, of course, ulcers. Why is that happening? Or the stomach cancer, or what other things? It's because you're internalizing, you're digesting things in your stomach. Or have you ever heard a person say, my heart hurts? No, not my physical heart, my emotional heart. All these emotions have to do with the brain. Well, what's the brain do? Two things. First, it controls your hormones and glands. So it secretes solutions from your hormones and glands. Could make you happy, could make you depressed, could make you sick, make ill, whatever. And then the other part of it sends out this message that whatever you're thinking, and by the law of spiritual attraction, what you think you create, what you create you experience. Oh, gee, have you heard that one before? I'm sure you have. But the signpost of your body says, number one, listen to what your body's telling you. Why is it there? And the next thing is, what do I have to change in my life? And you have to change first up here and here, your attitude. And stop regurgitating everything that's gone on. Oh, I should have, would have, could have. Maybe it's supposed to happen like with, Harold Landcamera. Harold got kicked out of school. And then there was a woman who was a typist. And she was one of the best typists, and she kept messing up. And the boss fired her. And she was crushed, and she had 4 children, a single mom. This is back somewhere in the 50s. And she was painting the bathroom white. And she, I don't know what happened, but one of the kids had a crayon or a mark on the wall, and she painted over it. Wow, it disappeared. And she said, look what happened if I'm typing something, I put a little white paint on it. And she experimented and made the white paint very watery. You ever hear of whiteout? Yep. So out of chaos, you created whiteout. And she sold it, I think in the 60s for 30 or 40 million, which today would be the billions. It's incredible. And then my other favorite story is Fred Smith. And Fred said at, I think it was Harvard or Yale, you bring package to a center point and you deliver overnight. And he wrote his thesis on it for his master's. They laughed at him, gave him a C. And what happened? Well, he started Federal Express. And what happened was it was going poorly. He had $1,000 left. He needed $5,000 to gas the airplanes. He went to Vegas. He gambled with $1,000, walked out with $5,000, enough to pay for the fuel for a week, and FedEx turned around. Everything they said was crazy. Part of that message is believe in yourself and look at anything that happens. Now, I can't tell you how to physically affect it, Fred Smith or the woman that came out with Whiteout or Harold Land, but I got to tell you, it would have been devastating if I was kicked out of college or lost a job. But somehow they found a way. And what I'm saying is everything happens for a purpose, and it's a good purpose. And one of my favorite quotes is, to be in control is to be out of control. Well, that's an oxymoron. It merely says, don't control anything. And we're in a very good period because you're in a highly manifestation period. And listening to the thoughts of our our body, is your body's going to tell you what you need to eat, what you need to drink, where you need to live, where you need to go. It even helps you in the job market, relationship market. If you're in a bad relationship, back east in Boston, the Italian North End, they had agita, meaning heartburn. What they would say that famous Italian expression because they have a lot of Italian people there and they're wonderful people. But I hung out with a lot of them. By the way, they taught me how to make gravy. That's spaghetti sauce. Phenomenal. When they have my sauce, everybody blown away. But they taught me all this stuff, which is really good. But getting back to things that are not about our body, what we need and have to listen to is, what is your body telling you? You go to work every day, you're exhausted, you're unhappy, you feel drained and tired. That's not the job for you. Then you're going, well, I got a family. What am I going to do? So then you sit there and say, I'm going to manifest my perfect job, period. And people go, well, I have to have this, and I have to have that, and I have to have this, have to have that, and I need this. And I'm going, what does perfect mean? I don't know. Well, think about it. Well, it means everything's just right. Yeah, got it. Everything's just right. When you come up with a laundry list, or I call it a toilet roll list of all those sheets of paper, 500 sheets of paper, and a toilet roll or 300, and you write down all the things you want, I will tell you, you will miss one. At least one. Because I've done that. Not on the toilet paper roll, but I miss things. So when Spirit said, Michael, just perfect, and then get out of your way and let it happen. Well, of course, the next thing is, when is it going to happen? Perfect timing for you. Your soul, true source, knows it's when it's perfect for you. So as I always say, and I'm bringing up some old things because many of you have forgotten, and I talk about FABA, Frank Barber Apple, faith, belief, and acceptance. Faith, I am now manifesting it. Belief, it's now here. And acceptance, I'm worthy of this. So faith, I'm now manifesting it. Belief, it's now here. I can feel it. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. Acceptance, I am worthy. I deserve it. It's good. So we have to get out of the religiosity. And religiosity is judgmentalness. And who's to say what's right or wrong? That's so important. You do it this way, but not that way. If not, you're going to be punished. Well, that's so ludicrous. You think there's the true source of it there? You screwed up, I'm going to put my thumb on you and squish you? Of course not. You're here to learn. You're here to experience. Planet Earth is the third densest planet in the universe. We're here to learn about energy and here to learn about creation and our responsibility. And that's why we're here. And isn't that wonderful when you think about that? Responsibility, working with energy, and create everything. Well, I hear it doesn't work because my body's telling me I'm tired, my shoulder hurts me, I don't like my job. Yeah, that's what your body's telling you. You need to make a change. At the time, it was perfect. Later on, now you're changed. And you don't know about that. I know many people that are carpenters. They're fantastic. They get older, they get aches, they get pains, they get arthritis. But there's a few, nothing affects them. They just keep going and going and going. And why? Because they don't think about it. They love what they do and say, it's going to be a great day. I'm going to do well today. Because your thoughts in your morning are the signposts of how your body's going to fulfill those thoughts. So it's more than just arthritis, or ulcers, or whatever it's going. It's more than that. It's how you feel. It's how your body's going to work with you. I hate this job. I hate doing this. I just don't like it. You're going to have aches and pains. Because your body says, well, you hate it, so you must hate me, meaning your body. Because your body has an intelligence. It's talking to you all the time. It's telling you what to eat, what to drink, what to stay away from, what to do. And yet we ignore that. So many people are diabetic today. Well, yeah, some of it has to do with the food. But if you listen to your thoughts that are coming in, then you would choose the right foods to eat. Then you would be really healthy. one of the things in my son's restaurant, and I go out to visit him once a year, and in the restaurant he has what called French fries and duck fat. And people go, oh my God, I don't know if duck fat is cause cholesterol or not. Really don't know. But I will tell you, I love it. Once a year, I may have it for 3 or 4 days in a row. Not going to cause cholesterol. You know why? Because whether it does and it doesn't, this says it isn't. And this says, I believe it. And my gastrointestinal system says, yep, I'm in line with you. And your heart goes, brings you joy. So we got the right combination. You don't believe it's going to affect you. It's not going to bother me. This is a joyous thing for you to do. And how can the joyous thing be detrimental? It's so simple. But we sit there and analyze and analyze. Tio, how are we doing on time? Oh, I can see it's 7.
You're doing well. You're
Okay.
doing well.
The bottom line, I want to sew this up. Listen to your thoughts of your body. What is it telling you? Food, clothing, shelter, relationships, telling you everything. Telling you whether you're in harmony or balance or you're off left field somewhere. Harmony means you're going with the flow of everything. Just like the tide comes in and the tide goes out. It's a natural thing. Tide comes in, you wake up in the morning full of piss and vinegar. Tide goes out, you get tired, you get rest. So the next thing they always say is you have to have 8 hours of rest, 12 hours, 6 hours of rest. No. You have to ask your body what you're comfortable with. There are times that I get 8 hours of rest, but usually I average between 3 and 4, maybe 4.5. But I thought I'd relate a story that's so powerful. And I learned this from Spirit. And I had a nursing home and there was a flu going around. So I was, my key helped run around. They were sick. I was the janitor. I helped cook. I did a little certified nursing assistant. Did it all, 24 hours. I meditated for 5 minutes. And I said, let me have enough energy for the next 24 hours. I did that for 6 days in a row. Wasn't tired at all. I'll tell you on the 7th, I went to sleep and slept 10 or 11 hours. But my body responded. But I talked to my body, and my body said, okay. I didn't sit there and think, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Because I got too busy. And I got so busy, I didn't think about it. I just kept going, like perpetual motion. And that's what you are. So remember, you're not 80 years, 70 years, 60 years old. You're whatever age you so desire to be. So in your manifestation, pick an age. I have some people that say I want to be the perfect chronological and biological age of, let's say, 22. One says 30, one says 40, one says 18, whatever. Your body will begin to age very, very slowly. But they'll say, you've got so much energy, you don't look your age. You don't act your age. That's what they see as your energy. That's what you see around me, around Tio, and around everybody else. And sometimes it's so subconscious. You look at a person, look unhappy, they just breathe by you. You're reading their energy. Or are you coming home and say, oh, my husband, my wife, they're going to be exhausted because you're picking up on their energy. And sure enough, you're right. So your energy and your thoughts are the person you are. 22, 29, 30, a wonderful skier, whatever. It's all up to you. And the reason it's up to you is because you are the SOUL/SOLE creator of your life. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. More next time. So thank you. I thought before we go to Q&A, I want to talk about some of the things that will be coming up. And these are really close to my heart. So every Tuesday, 6:30 Pacific time to 7:30 Pacific time, we have what we call Soul Awakening. That's where you ask all kinds of questions and have fun. And hopefully I can answer them. And in doing so, then I leave a 10-minute message. You'd be surprised what you learn from what the questions are. You'd be surprised what you forgot. It's on preconferencecall.com. You can be in your pajamas. To Tio, I'll never know, by the way. Tio, tell them how they get in touch with us on preconferencecall.com while I'm having my double water.
Absolutely. When you dial in, you use this number. It's 202-926-1059. And Michael, the access code?
125-446-pound. Again, please.
Absolutely. 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125-446-pound. Also, using the same telephone number, the same code, the second Saturday of every month, we have Mass Consciousness Healing from 9:55 a.m. Pacific time to 11:01. And that's 1 hour and 6 minutes. We talk for a few minutes, we go into a deep, deep meditation. And each time we do it, we go deeper and deeper and deeper, sending healing to Mother Earth. By the way, Mother Earth feeds you. She needs healing. And we send healing and love to all Mother Earth, to all the inhabitants, our friends, our relatives, even our enemies, or people we dislike. The animal, mineral, and vegetable kingdom. It's so important we do that. And Tio, give them that information one more time.
That number is the same as the Tuesday night call-in, and it's 202-926-1059. And the access code, Michael?
125-446-pound. Also, there is a 10-minute message and every Tuesday night call. And that's also on freeconferencecall.com. There are over 408 of them. Starts at number 3. They're 10 minutes long. I think out of all of them, maybe 3 or 4 a little bit longer. But if you're tired, you're upset, you're angry, you can't sleep, you're stuck in traffic, play it on your phone. And you'll be amazed at the message that's delivered. And it'll help you. Now, they're not indexed because you don't want to read through 410 labels. I don't. So just say, I don't know, number 301 sounds good. Gee, just what I wanted to hear or needed to hear. Tell them to you how they can do that.
That recording number is 434-300-4170. And the code, Michael?
125-446-pound. One more time, please.
Absolutely. 434-300-4170. And the code, Michael?
125-446-pound. Also, if you go to YouTube, Dr. Michael B. Gross, and I always say you've probably heard it before, not the urologist, you will find all these podcasts that Tio and I, how many years? 3, 4 years?
4.
4. So 4 years. Just scroll through them. What appeals to you? What you like. Also, we have a limited number of beautiful photography by an award-winning photographer, DNF, and you'll hear some of the messages and a little quote. You can also listen to that on YouTube. It's up to you. But I want to encourage all of you to tune in because there's going to be many, many changes. I'm not going to enumerate them, and there's going to be many changes. And with these changes, we need to have a tight family because you see, we are the solution, and we can make a difference, and we are making a difference. So please share all this information. Also, as Tio put in the notes, I offer a complimentary session, 20 minutes to half an hour. Usually it runs more. I want to pass this on to all of you. And that is, I am old school. I finally found another person that felt like I do. Wow, you're rare. And that is, don't text me. Call me, and I'll see you called. I'll leave a message. I'll get back to you. Then text me, okay? Don't leave me a message, text me. Because sometimes I get so many messages, my voicemail is jammed. Then text me, and of course, where you live so I know your time frame. And I'll get back to you within 24 hours, or a little less or a little more. And we set up a time. I mean, I'm talking to one person, then I can't meet you this time. Then I text this time. No, how about that? Could have been done in 20 seconds. Instead, it took 5 minutes till we both found the time that worked. That's all. I don't know why we text. And as I said, I don't get to sleep till 2, 3 in the morning most of the time. One of these days, I'm going to call you at 2 o'clock in the morning when you text me when I ask you to call me. And you can throw your phone at me if you want, but you won't reach me because I'll be 1,000 miles away. Anyway, little humor. But I just wanted all of you to just remind you of that. All right. Do we have some comments or things we wish to share?
We have a couple comments, some hearts, and I wanted to just add, when you've got your contact list up on your phone, go ahead and enter that number that for the recordings, because then it's on your speed dial on your phone. And after that, you've got the code and you can go right in and pick one of 400 and something messages that Michael's already left. Because while you're driving, if you're stuck in traffic, like Michael said, if it's already on your phone, you don't have to go scrambling and looking for the number.
Absolutely.
That's what I had to do. Put it in my phone. That way I know if I get stressed or something, I can just, even if I'm at work and stressed, sometimes I can slip around the corner and listen for 10 minutes or 5 minutes or something. It makes a difference. So on that note, our comments, Darshan is here. He said that he has felt some of the symptoms that you were talking about, like dizzy and lightheadedness. He said that one started yesterday. He's been exhausted for a long time, and he's noticed that he's more forgetful than ever and not finishing sentences. That's happening to several of us. I'm feeling the same thing from time to time. And it's nice to know that we're all in the same boat, right, Michael?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay.
He also wrote, if I don't listen to my body, it will give me more and more issues until I pay attention to it. So I'm grateful for the signs it gives me. He really appreciated your message today. It helps a lot. So you have a few hellos and a few hearts, but that is it for our comments, Michael. And I would just like to add one thing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. While you're doing what you're doing, that mass consciousness healing that you had I believe it was last Saturday on the 8th, that was an incredibly powerful healing that we sent to the planet. Michael put us all in our cocoons, our loving healing cocoons, and then our cocoons expanded. And when they expanded, for me, it felt like we were all, even though we were all separate in our cocoons, it was like we were reaching out and touching each other, and we surrounded Mother Earth with this beautiful pink and healing green and white energy. And the thing I like to compare that to is that Michael was on the top of the planet, just like on a merry-go-round. You get the top of the merry-go-round, and then you have all the horses that are going around. Well, it was like, that's what I saw. I saw Michael in his cocoon on the top of Mother Earth, and all of us were around surrounding it. And we were all connected. And I really believe that what we do once a month is incredibly important. So definitely put it on your calendar. It's well worth the experience. And okay, Michael, I'm done. I just wanted to thank you for that beautiful experience.
I want to talk about a book that Tia and I had a compilation on that we put together. And it's called You Are Unlimited. And we have the award-winning photography from Tia and quotes from true source. This was printed by TICE. That's the International Institute of Self-Empowerment. It's a nonprofit of which I have the honor of being director and president of. It's something that True Source told me to do. Told me we're going to have 12 arms. And what we're currently doing, we're raising money for abused women, children, and men. And they asked Tia, because she has, unfortunately and fortunately, vast experience going through it and how to overcome it and come out empowered. And she's the director of that division of abused women, children, and men. So this all started. She gave me I don't know, was it a Christmas gift or a birthday gift with some pictures and quotes, and then this evolved to it. So this particular book, You Are Unlimited, has 100 pictures. I'm sure she's a prolific photographer. She probably got 2,000 of them, but enough to burn up enough to burn up a couple computers. But anyway, picked out the quotes, and you know what's amazing? What happened? People are buying the books and they're looking, what's my day going to be like? and or what do I need to be aware of? And it's like, wow. Or they forget and they say, what was my day like? Wow, that's something I should have done. And this book is not available on Amazon. However, Tia will have information how you can obtain the book, and you can order it from me or to you or one of us, and it's $39.95. It's tax deductible, includes shipping and handling and tax. And if you're writing a check, which is fine, TIISE is good enough. The International Institute of Self-Empowerment, because that's a lot to write out. It's $39.95. It's a little expensive, but I got to tell you, when you do a book this size and it's hardcover and the beautiful photographs, and there has to be so many DPIs and all this stuff, Tia went crazy overall setting this up. It was unbelievable, but it's really worth it. So all the money goes to that. Neither Tio and I draw a salary at all from the International Institute of Self-Empowerment. It's all about getting enough money. And one of the beautiful things we desire to do is when we get enough money is to go to some beautiful shelter and discuss some women who want to become entrepreneurs and help them become entrepreneurs. And I have a host of women who are in the 6 figures and 7 figures who would gladly mentor those other women to become entrepreneurs. So everyone, we'd appreciate if you would order it. Probably want to know why it isn't on Amazon.com. I'll be honest with you. With Amazon.com and the whole distribution, the net profit on this book would be between $1 and $2, maybe $3. That's about it. You know, and it sounds like Amazon's greedy, but they have to make a profit too. And so understanding they have to, we'd rather do it slowly and make sure all the money goes to the International Institute of Self-Empowerment. So please, everyone, this is a great gift you can leave on your coffee table, your night table. Look at it every day, in the morning or evening. You'll be amazed. And my favorite quote, as you know.
Before you get to your favorite quote, may I cut in for a sec?
Sure.
When you order through us, you also get an inscription inside the book, which if we did put it on Amazon, you wouldn't get that opportunity. So just connect with one of us, email us or send us a message in Messenger. We're all there. We're always checking out our messages, okay? And I'm going to share a quote, one of my favorites, and I'm going to let you share yours. All right, Michael?
Go ahead.
Okay. This is one of my very, very most favorites. And what it says is, when you feel all hope is gone, truly surrender and let go of everything. That is the moment when all the answers arrive. Thank you, Michael, for your wisdom.
And this beautiful one, let me fix this.
Perfect.
Without life, there is no love. And without love, there is no life. So I thought I'd share that with you and everyone. We would appreciate. I had one client that ordered 10 of these, and she's just giving them away, which is beautiful. Again, it's tax deductible, so you don't have to worry about it. We're a 501c3, and if you ever need a letter stating we are before tax season, and your tax man says that you should have a letter, let me know. We'll leave one email to you. And if you want to know our 501c3, our EIN number, just let us know and we'll provide it for you and you can check it out. So thank you, everyone. You have a great day. We want to thank you for joining us. Most of all, we want to thank you for being here because, as I said earlier, you are the solution and we are making a difference because you are unlimited. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.
Namaste.
We love you.
We love you. Don't forget to subscribe to Dr. Michael B. Gross on YouTube. Okay, ciao.